Hi, Kirsty.
Hi, Redmond. Nice to meet
Welcome
you.
to People Legal.
Thank you very much for having me. I saw you guys here last year and I thought I couldn't even get in. You were so busy.
Oh, well,
It
that's
was,
the thing.
yeah,
It's,
awesome. So thank you.
it's a pleasure. So tell us a bit about some of your latest ventures that you'll go along with.
Wow. Okay. So I'll try and summarize it. So I have a couple of businesses. One of them is my dominant one is Aries Legal Practice Management.
Yep.
And it's a business operations practice management consultancy,
Yep.
fractional COO for I'm going to say micro small law firms in the
Yeah.
UK, Australia, and
Yeah.
a couple of other countries in between.
International reach.
International reach.
Yeah.
Mostly UK at the moment, where we work with sort of firms 50 to 80 staff members in size.
Okay.
And help them with the business, like I said, business practice management, helping them really shape up what they're doing to run the business of their law firm.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of the time you find that managing partners are so stuck in the day-to-day,
Yeah.
doing fee earning and trying to wear many hats. Actually, sometimes they just need a right hand
Yeah.
that's there and so that's why I like to call it like that fractional COO capacity to help them shift their strategies forward. And find gaps and improvements
Yeah.
and start helping them grow for the future.
Yeah. Yeah. And what do you find is the trigger to bring you on board? Like, is there a particular time where they reach,
Yeah.
God, I need some help, or like?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. I'll give you an example. One of my current clients, a year ago, he made managing partner.
Wow.
And he came in and he already knew that there were areas in his law firm that needed improvements.
Yeah.
And he had seen me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
He'd heard me speak at events and he was like, hey, I want to reach out to Kirsty
Yeah.
and, you know, see if she can help, like have an initial chat. And we had that really good discovery call around the end of August. I then went in and did like a full download of the firms, where the current sort of statuses with various business areas, where he wanted to be, that desire status, try and find those key projects.
Yeah.
And sort of he also just needed a sounding board, like somebody that wasn't another partner, wasn't another director, someone who could be really truly objective,
Independent pair of eyes.
that is a great word. Yeah. Independent voice, pair of eyes that could just basically call out stuff. I'm trying not to swear. I'm doing really well at the moment, but call it out when it needs to be called out. And actually, we've been working together on retainer since January.
Okay.
You know, and it's going really, really well.
Wow, fantastic.
And he's actually taken a holiday. Right now, this week he's on holiday with his family.
Wow.
And he's basically said, "Can you just cover the main things?" So actually, his secretary is like amazing. Will forward things on to me that's gone to his inbox to help manage, so he can just relax. So it's the first time I think he's taken a good holiday. So I guess that's a flavour of what I do there. Yeah. And then the other business I have, which you kind of said I should mention. Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love this. Thank you. Is the Lawyers Retreat. So
that sounds lovely.
It is. I'm not going to lie, it is pretty awesome. We had our first event in 2025. We had our second one in this year in May. And it was in Ibiza, in 𝘬𝘓𝘃𝘆𝘀, overlooking the 𝘧𝘪𝘳𝘃. It was. It was stunning.
I'm there already.
I wish I was still there. Just like, but in all seriousness, my co-founder and I, my co-founder being 𝘬𝘓𝘃𝘆𝘀, she and I went out there and we went there for a holiday to work on our respective businesses. Yeah. We're like, imagine if we could bring our law firm clients to this place and experience what we're experiencing right now. And then within 48 hours, we'd bashed out the whole concept. That was in 24 with the first one, as I mentioned, in 25. But it's a business retreat for law firm leaders, retreat, regroup, recharge, 3 nights, 4 days in a setting outside of the UK. Because I really think you have to leave this country or anywhere to sort of have that time to work on your business. We had 50 to 55 people there this year, including speakers and partners as well. So we had a really good mix of people. It's a community. And
obviously places are limited, right?
But spaces are absolutely limited. Like we were maxed out this year. And next year we're going to a different country, not yet disclosed, but a few people have guessed. Different country with a different island, different venue, just to allow for a little bit more capacity on law firms that want to attend. But we keep it intentionally small because I think the community aspect's really important. So that's the other thing we're doing. Some more to come on that in the coming sort of hopefully next week or so. But it's amazing because actually a lot of people that attended the Lawyers Retreat this year are here today.
Wow.
So we've been taking lots of selfies and sending on the group chat and everyone's, you know, there was a recommendation. There's an AI product here at the moment, 𝘬𝘓𝘃𝘆𝘀. which is aimed at SME law firms. So I walked past, had a chat with the guys that were there, and then on the group chat, so I said, check this out. It's worth having a look. I don't know much about it, but they're aimed at your market.
Yeah.
So people here from the Noise Retreat are like, oh, that's amazing. Thank you. So it's like, it keeps going outside. So yeah, anyway, I could talk about it all day long, but it's amazing.
I mean, one of the really interesting things is the scale that you mentioned. I mean, obviously, Legal Tech Talks on the other end of the size of the conference. What sort of like innovations can you see today that will help you to help your clients?
I think the key thing I'm finding here today is that people that are not just focusing on big law, big firms.
Yep.
So I'm going to go back to Jude, for example, because they're intentionally focusing on smaller firms.
Yeah.
And that's really important.
Yeah, it is.
And I think imagine in the UK, there are just shy of 9,000 law firms.
Yeah.
Right, imagine 1,000 of those law firms have got their act together.
Yeah.
There's a lot of law firms that
absolutely
that don't, and it is very overwhelming here with what tech's here. So this last year I was a bit like scatterbrained, if I'm honest. This year I've come really intentional. Look out for those things that are going to help those smaller firms, which are my clients.
Yeah.
And I've seen quite a few products, made notes and things. I think that's what I'm finding really good about the innovations here, is there are more that are focusing on the smaller firms.
Yeah.
And that is key. It's not just having a tech conference. Everyone just thinks it for big law.
Yeah.
Actually, there are a lot of small law firms in the room here today.
Yeah. And I think those tools will help you to deliver effective change, measurable change for your clients as well.
Definitely. And I think that's the thing that they're looking for, right? Is a lot of my clients are actually still on paper, or those that are coming forward. They haven't taken the step actually to proper case management and automation.
Yep.
So jumping into saying AI products is insane, because let's get basics right first. So it's really good to see that, there are still companies here that are thinking about smaller firms and the foundational stuff and automation. They're not even talking about AI, they're talking about the automation part. I think if you can get that moving, then let's move into AI. And I think that's the key. That's the key bit.
It's a really interesting point, because obviously a lot of the oxygen out of our conversations is consumed by the AI and agentic discussion. But speaking to the coalface, it's quite often that the real problems are probably not quite.
We're not even there. So I think I have conversations a lot with, I feel really, really lucky that I've managed in the past 3.5 years to build a community in the legal sector that is everything from the micro small sole practitioners all the way up to big law. I've had a career that spans the whole thing. But actually the conversations, although they're heavy on AI, the firms, like I said, they don't have the foundations. So actually the conversation, not even having conversation about AI with them, what they really need to look at is their foundational stuff, their workflows, their standard operating procedures. Actually, they are putting a proper office manual in place, which I know sounds to most people are like, what, you don't have an office manual? Well, actually, no. It's because they need the right people in place that are on top of it and changing it and updating it. We've got a change coming in on the 19th of June in relation to GDPR complaints.
Right.
That has to be implemented.
Unless
you've got somebody there, think it is literally a few days. It's the 17th today, so literally Friday.
Okay. Something on Friday.
But that's what I mean. It's like you got to have someone that's dealing with the foundation, the ongoing stuff. It's also, the people part. That's a massive part for smaller law firms. If they don't have good culture and good sort of people interaction, you can have all the tech in the world, which won't make any difference. And I think, if you look from 2020, I think a lot of law firms are still operating pre-2020. And they're not, and they're firms that have been around for quite a while. So, a lot of the firms that are in the room here that I've met today, they're sort of less than 10 years old. So they've managed to get really some foundation in place. Some might have slipped, but otherwise all good. But actually the firms that are older, sort of say, 20, 25 years, they started with paper, because actually I started my legal career properly in the city in 2008.
Wow.
I was at Herbert Smith.
Wow.
I was the original case management system.
Oh.
The secretaries would print paper out, correspondence, and I would file it in the Rolodex in paper files.
Oh, really?
This is before you had file site, work site. There was no iManage, that didn't exist. Forget net documents. I didn't even think that was here.
Yeah.
But a lot of firms are still operating like that. And so it would be really, I think to me, I'm waiting to see somewhere that brings in that foundational aspect, because there's massive talk on AI, but we need to bring back to basics.
Yes.
And attract more people into the room that realize actually moving from paper to tech it's not so scary.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a process for that.
Yeah. That sounds, I think that's it's too often overlooked, actually. Yeah. And how can people find you?
How can people find me? So find me on LinkedIn.
Fantastic.
So Kirsty Pappin, that would be amazing. Also, I'm redeveloping my website, so it doesn't quite have everything on there at the moment. Sorry?
I look forward to that.
Oh, look forward to that. Thank you very much. But that's www.ariesLPM.com. But also the Lawyers Retreat, just chuck that in on LinkedIn. That will come up as well. You get to see some lovely photos. I really would love to get that to Australia. So
can't wait to have you.
That is my dream. I'm out in Australia at Christmas, actually. So seeing my in-laws with my family.
Okay.
I'm hoping to do a bit of scoping.
And what do you think about a hot Christmas? You must be.
I've done it before.
You've done it before, yeah. Not quite the same.
No, it's a hard one. I actually found it quite refreshing because I've never done it before. Right. So it was quite cool. It is very traditional prawns, seafood, salad. It's have a swimming pool, but the sun does go down at like 6 p.m. I'm in Brisbane, so it's like sunset. Gone. So yeah, but I don't mind it. It's nice to experience different things, but I've also done that, right? So I've also done it when it's really cold. So
both ends.
But no, I'm looking forward to coming out at Christmas. That'd be great. So yeah, no, and if they want to send an email across, KirstyPappin@AriesLPM.com. And just, that would be awesome. Always looking forward to chatting to more people.
Yeah, fantastic, guys. Yeah, thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the rest of Legal Tech Talks. Thanks very much. Thank you.